What's up, guys? It's your boy Dekkster here, and I just want to do a really quick video kind of talking about the top 5 decks right now. So I'm only going to be talking about the top 5. There's more than 5 great decks, and yeah, just keep your mind open, I guess. When I say that, a lot of people give me hate like, oh, why didn't you talk about Big Warrior? Why didn't you talk about Mid-Range Hunter? Why didn't you talk about Razakus Priest? Like, those are great decks, but they're not in the top 5 according to Vicious Syndicate. And their stats are usually really accurate. So that's what I'm going to be going with. I'm not affiliated with Vicious Syndicate. I just appreciate their stats and you know, their data mining, whatever you want to call it. So be sure to check them out. They'll be linked in the description below. But yeah, I'm going to be looking at their power rankings here. And just talking about the top 5. Now I've got it filtered from ranks 5 to rank 1. So below that, it's going to be a little bit different. Or above that in the legend ranks, it's also going to be a little bit different. But I think this is kind of the sweet spot to talk about decks. So let's get into it. So for the number 5 deck in the top 5, it's going to be Icer's Tempo Rogue. This may look very familiar to you guys if you have seen Tempo Rogue of the days past. In Knights of the Frozen Throne, Tempo Rogue was king, and hey, it's kind of back here. It's not as good as it was because it's number 5, not number 1, but it's still really solid. We are running Prince Kelly. He strikes back here, and then the newer cards. What do we have that's new, that's fancy? Of course, we got Creeper, Corridor Creeper. Can't wait for that to leave the meta. Which it just may never. But we also got Elven Minstrel, which is really good for just pulling your other cards. Maybe you didn't pull your Vile Spine Slayers and you got a big taunt coming up, just play a Minstrel and then you'll have your Vile Spines to kind of slash down or slay anything in your way. Right? So we got that. Amazing deck list. If you're looking for a great Tempo Rogue list, check out Icer's. There's other good ones out there, but this one's really refined, really solid. So number 4, we got Standard Big Priest. This was an amazing archetype pre-Kobolds and Catacombs, and hey, it's back, it's solid, and maybe it's even better because we have the additions of Psychic Scream and Lesser Diamond Spellstone. Those 2 cards alone just make this deck so much stronger. It's so frustrating to be playing against this one and just getting your whole board Psychic Screamed. It's just like, that's the end. That's it. You're over. You're done. So if this deck is able to survive to that point and then they just start pumping out the baddies, it's GG. So this is just a standard Big Priest list. None of them are too, you know, innovative, too crazy. Maybe if you really wanted to, you could still run an Embrace Circle combo, but it seems like Pint Horror is kind of just a little bit better. And then instead of Embrace Circle, you got Psychic Scream and, you know, Lesser Diamond Spellstone. So check this one out. Really good, especially against slow decks. If your opponent plays like a Void Daddy or something and you're able to just Psychic Scream it away. Just get rid of the demons. It's hard to come back from that. If your opponent plays Living Mana, hit him with the Psychic Scream. It's sad. If he floods the board with some Call to Arms, hit him with the Psychic Scream. Like you canceled the Call to Arms. You know what I mean? They tear them and okay, you get it. Psychic Scream is just so good. Number 3 is one of my favorite archetypes. One of the funnest archetypes to emerge from Kobolds and Catacombs, in my opinion, of course. It's the Satellite Dragon Priest. This plays somewhat like a tempo deck, and then on turn 6, hopefully you can Spiteful Summoner something out, and it's either going to be a random 8-drop minion or random 10-drop minion, which is fun. And yeah, there's a random aspect to it, but really, you can't go wrong just getting a random 8 or 10-drop. Because you also got the 4/4 bod of the Summoner, and it's just, you get 2 hot bods, and it's good. It's hard for your opponent to deal with, and usually if they just nut that out on 6, or maybe even nut it out on 5 with the coin, it's kind of hard. It's just sometimes it's the end for your opponent. So yeah, we're also running Duskbreakers to deal with, you know, pesky aggro opponents, and it just feels good. Feels like a good list. This one's running Fairy Dragons and Historians. I know there's other lists going out there running Pirate Packages, and yeah, those are fine. I like this one better. Doesn't mean It is better. It just means I like it better. It has more consistency as far as being able to get value out of your Dustbreakers, getting value out of your operatives, and yeah, that sort of thing. Plus the Grand Archivist to just nut out mind controls and free from ambers left and right is just really fun. Do you really need 2? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit too slow, but some people like running 2. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you. You could also cut like 1 mind control for another creeper or whatever. It's just, you know, there's some flexibility, but this list is always going to be solid, and it's actually kind of cheap. Look at that, 3,540 dust. So yeah, keep your eyes out for this one, and yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. Good luck with your RNGs on your 8s and your 10s. So we got number 2 here, and the next 2 archetypes are going to look kind of similar, and that's because they kind of are, and they have a similar type of play style, but they all kind of revolve around Call to Arms. This is Murloc Paladin, and this is Ender's Murloc Paladin, actually. It's, you know, classic Murloc Paladin. The nerf to Warleader was not enough to stop this train or beast or Murloc, whatever you want to call it. This archetype is insane. You get rid of your hand real fast by pumping up the locks, the Murlocs, and then you Divine Favor because your opponent has a ton of cards in their hands. They're playing a slow deck like Q-Block, and then boom, you just reloaded. You're ready to go. You start pumping them out again. You Call to Arms. You thin your deck out. You hit them with the Tarim after they played a Void Daddy, and it's just insane. This deck just keeps going. It seems to never run out of steam. We also have Unidentified Maul doing pretty solid here, especially, you know, if you get Divine Shield on your minions or +1 attack to everything, it could really just snowball out of control. And just overall, this deck is nutty. It's just nutty, guys, and it has great synergy with Creeper, as most things do. But yeah, if you're just looking for a solid staple, sort of aggressive deck, this is a good choice. But it might not be as good as choice number 1, which is Aggro Paladin. So this is Guntofire's Aggro Paladin. There's a lot of Aggro Paladins running around out there, but this is the one I chose to talk about. Yeah, that's about it. Once again, Call to Arms, pretty insane. Unidentified Maul, pretty insane. Valinir, actually really solid here. It just seems to give you almost endless value. If you end up making it to late game, you haven't been able to finish off your opponent, this will just keep fueling you. It'll keep fueling you, and you'll just be able to keep whacking them, and they'll be like, oh god, do I destroy the minion? Because then he's gonna get the weapon back. Oh man. And you just, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, guys. It's just nutty. It's just insane. Lots of cheap drops to kind of synergize with dumping your hand so you can Divine Favor off your opponent. And lots of weapons. Lots of weapons. Lots of minions. Very aggressive. Smack them in the face. Tear them once you have a board full of baddies. And it's just hard to go wrong with this one. Hard to go wrong. There are a lot of legendaries, though, so it's a little bit expensive. But we're just looking at the top decks here, not the cheapest decks, which I might do a video on later. But let me know if you want that in the comments. But that's it. That's number 1, guys. That's number 1. So that's all we got. Those are the top 5 decks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't get too upset. I know Q-Block's not in there, but Q-Block is solid. Definitely like a top deck. It just didn't seem to make top 5. I know Secret Mage is still a really top deck. It just didn't make top 5. And for every deck you got questions about, it just didn't make top 5 according to Vicious Syndicate. And they pull the stats. So, you know, bring it up with them. I don't know. Or maybe just, I don't know. They weren't, these are the top 5. Per the stats, per thousands and thousands of games, these are the top 5. I'm sorry, no Kingsbane Rogue. I know. No Miracle Rogue. Where's the Miracoli? I don't know. It's not there. Where's Exodia Mage? Why didn't you put that on here? I don't know. It's not there, guys. It's not there. I'm sorry. Where's Spell Hunter? It's still fun. It's still okay, but it's just not top 5. So don't get what did it say? Don't get your panties in a bunch. That's what they say. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you liked the video. Please like, sub, share. Follow me on Twitch. I do stream, and hope you guys have a great holiday season. And I think that's it. Let me know again if you want the budget version of this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!